In 1968, the Kudamm has gone from shopping boulevard to protest hub against the Vietnam War, the Springer Press, the dictatorship in Greece, tanks in Prague, German emergency laws, and then there is also the protest against the protest. On the 17th of February, a march against the war in Vietnam through the city center once again ends in clashes. West Berlin locals, who still remember the Berlin blockade and Kennedy's support, do not want their loyalty to America tarnished by these young people and these idols. Michael Ludwig Müller, then a correspondent for the Berliner Morgenpost, witnesses the unrest firsthand.
Es gab am Rande natürlich, deswegen vor allem empörte Berliner.
There were a lot of outraged Berliners on the sidelines because the protesters had appropriated socialist saints like Lenin, Marx, Rosa Luxemburg. Here you have a city which is more or less under siege from this ideology, with the wall. And then along come several thousand young people from all over the place and march through the city in such a provocative way. It infuriated people.
Überall herkamen und dann noch so durch die Stadt provozierend zu ziehen, das hat viele Leute erregt.
Rudi Dutschke is the most prominent figure of the extra-parliamentary opposition. As a result, he is the main target of resentment towards the troublemakers and agitators. On the 11th of April, Dutschke is shot and seriously wounded. The perpetrator is carrying an article from the radical right-wing National Zeitung with the headline, "Stop Dutschke now or there'll be a civil war."
Der gefährdet ist, das wusste er auch.
He knew he was in danger. And this good-for-nothing travels up from Bavaria and guns him down. And then protesters came up with that great chant. Bild fired the gun too, accusing the Springer Press of playing a role in the attack.
Bild hat mitgeschossen, Springer vorgeworfen.
That evening, some 3,000 people marched to the Springer building. Stones fly, smashing against the windows of the publishing house. The situation escalates when a shock troop breaks through police lines and tries to force its way into the building to storm the editorial offices.
Die Massen, wenn jetzt die nachgedrängt.
If the crowds had kept on pushing, they'd have got through. But they seemed to hold back a bit. Most of them just wanted to stand outside. They didn't break through, but they could have. The crowd does not storm the building. Instead, protesters upturn and set fire to trucks in an attempt to stop the delivery of Springer newspapers. The police struggle to take control of the situation. The next morning, the Springer publishing house is barricaded with barbed wire. The positions of West German society and its rebellious youth are more entrenched than ever. On the 1st of May, Labor Day, Vice-Chancellor Willy Brandt urges caution in his speech in front of the Reichstag.
Wir müssen Frieden und Verständigung ringen.
We have to fight for peace and understanding, not only with other countries, but amongst ourselves. This is only possible if we admit our own shortcomings and are prepared to question our views.
Und bereit sind, uns selbst in Frage zu stellen.
So I say to you, let us throw open the windows and let in fresh air. But do not shatter the window panes.
Aber die Fensterscheiben können heil bleiben.